Now these charges involved, at that time in the states, U.S. senators were selected by the state legislatures. And there was a story that came up that one of the voting legislators was paid off to change his vote, and my name came up as being one of those that was behind that. Now it's kind of hard to believe that in the state of Illinois that money or bribes would be paid to try to influence the selection of a United States senator. All these years, and some things, the more they change, the more they stay the same, don't they? Anyway, the machine lost. I was able to be acquitted, not just once, but twice. And I stayed a state legislature for another 18 years. In 1924, I ran for the Democratic nomination for governor of our great state. That really would have been a feather in the hat of Earlville, and I'm sure that I could have completed that term without going to jail. But I ran on a wet platform. Well, it was 1924. Prohibition was going on. I ran on a wet platform because I believe that's what I thought the people wanted. Ultimately, though, I lost in the primary battle. But I did have some legislative successes, and just three I'll mention. The first one is that I supported a measure for the state to buy Starved Rock State Park. A second effort was an effort to get the state to build a monument just down the road at Shabana State Park. My latest was for the state to build a monument to Wild Bill Hickok over in Troy Grove. So I had a little bit of success, I think. I continued to be a lawyer. No, don't hold that against me. But I did continue to be a lawyer. And in 1928, I was part of a legal counsel, a team defending a young man by the name of Harry Hill down in Ottawa, who was accused of murdering his mother. I think there was some money involved in that as well. It was a very divisive trial. It was kind of like the O.J. Simpson trial maybe of that time, where there were people who believed he was innocent, those that believed he was guilty, and those that didn't mind letting people know whether they thought he was innocent or guilty. There were crank letters of threatening violence, letters from sob sisters, all kinds of sob stories. So it was a very high-profile trial. Even the sheriff was kind of hard-pressed to protect Mr. Hill from the populace. Well, on February 2nd, 1928, during the trial, we were having a noon recess. We had noon recess, and we were supposed to reconvene at 2 o'clock. So a lawyer acquaintance of mine, Mr. Charles McNamara from Chicago, had come down, so I had invited him out to my home for lunch. Now, my home was on 640 Chapel Street, along the Fox River on the east side of Ottawa. Very beautiful home, 3-story brick building, still there. If you're ever in the area, stop in. Okay, we'll pass howdy on the porch for a little while. But the home is still there. And I was very proud of it and offered to take Mr. McNamara on a tour of the grounds. Well, we approached the retaining wall above the river, and the story goes that I climbed up on top of the wall and started walking. Well, I don't rightly know what happened after that. The only thing I know is that that was the day that I drowned. But ladies and gentlemen, I will ask you to consider the following. It was February, and we know what February is like in Illinois. The weather very unfit. I'm 62 years old, and many people believe that I was a little unfit to be climbing on top of a retaining wall like that. I think so too, because it hadn't been too long ago I was walking on that wall and actually fell off, saved only by the fact that my suspenders got caught on some peg. Mr. McNamara, a lawyer from Chicago, is the only witness. I leave it to you. Was Mr. McNamara my friend, or was he a foe? Did I fall, or did I have some help? Is it a mystery, or is it not a mystery? How did I die? I will leave the sleuthing up to you and wish you luck on it. Thank you very much.